Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Givaridhari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Givaridhari. Yasodanandana Braja Janna Ranjana. Yasodanandana Braja Janna Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Givaridhari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Yasodanandana Braja Janna Ranjana. Yasodanandana Braja Janna Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayom Vishupa Paramahansa Paravikacharya Satada Sata Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishupa Paramahansa Paravikacharya Satada Sata Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nanti Kodi Vaishnavindi Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Harirasa Thakur Ki Jai. Sadhu Swami Zavindavan Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Hare Krishna Go Gopinath Shamakun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the Summa devotees. All glories to the Summa devotees. All glories to the Summa devotees. Glory Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, Hare Hare Krishna. So everyone is English speaking, yes? Okay. My name is Sikhi Mahiti Das. Took initiation from Srila Prabhupada in 1975 in Chicago. And I got my Brahmin initiation in 77 from Prabhupada in Mayapur. So I'm Mayapur Basi. Right? last Gorpurnima Prabhupada. And anyway, I was thinking what to say. I came here because I'm old, so the body is all falling apart. I had knee surgery, so it's difficult to sit. I have to have my teeth. Old people know what we're talking about, right? You have to fix all these things. But then I'll go on with some preaching. I'll go from here to Vietnam, China. We keep trying to do some Pritivichi Atiyatra Narayari Gram. This is our movement, right? So I think today's class, I'll try to tell a little bit more that mood of serving Prabhupada in the 70s. I don't think you get to hear that very often, some pastimes, right? So many scholars here. This is very technical verses. Some of you know these things already, so why so much technical? Let me give something maybe you don't get to hear. So I'll try to do that. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Narancharan Narotamam Deving Sarasatim Vyasam Ito Jayam Udirayet Nasta Pareshu Apareshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Shrindvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Huryansto Ibhadrani Vidunoti Suritsitam. So this 11th canto, technically you can call it Uddhava Gita, right? It's like Bhagavad Gita, but preaching to Uddhava. Topmost devotee of the Lord outside of Vrindavan. Residents of Vrindavan, no one knows that amount of love for Krishna. Until Uddhava even, he went to see it. He's never seen such surrender. He didn't know it was surrender. Goes beyond what's discussed here, all these Ashtanga yoga, freeing the mind, all these things, right? Beyond that, when you have so much love for Krishna, who cares for these things? Who cares for these things? So, most temples are in 10th canto, so you're hearing Krishna's pastimes. That's very nice to hear. But for us, even with Prabhupada, when he was physically present, you listen to his lectures, he doesn't get into much rasa tattva, does he? You're not the body, you cannot enjoy the material world, go back to Godhead, always beating these points. Not much katha. So in the beginning stages of devotional service, adoshradata sadhu sangata bhajana kriya. Tato natu niriti shat, anatu niriti, that's the stage. So in that stage you have to be motivated, right? Yeah. Oh, Krishna's so beautiful. We're not that advanced. That doesn't motivate us. But, you're suffering. Yes, yes. You don't want to take birth again. Yes, yes. See, that can give us some motivation. So therefore, this Brahma Gya is kind of important. And gradually, as the ruchi is there, then it becomes, you start, other things motivate you. So I'll try to give some Prabhupada Gya pastimes if we can. So, Canto 11, Chapter 9, Text 11. Mana iktra samyug jalya. Did I say that right? Mana Mana iktra samyugyatya. Jita swasho jitashana. Vairagya basha yogena. Diyamanam atandritaha. Mana iktra samyugyatya. Jita swasho jitashana. Vairagya basha yogena. Diyamanam atandritaha. Mana iktra samyugyatya. Jita swasho jitashana. Vairagya basha yogena. Driyamanam atandritaha. Chant. Mana iktra samunyatya. Ekatasa. Vairagya basha yogena. Diyamana metandrita. Naiktra samyujaja. Zasasho jitasana. Vairagya basha yogena. Yamana matandrita. One more, yeah. Anaikata tasamyunyatya. Jita swasho jitasana. Vairagya basa yogena. Diyamana. Mana, the mind. Ekatra, in one place. Samyunyaja, one should fix. Jita, conquered. Swasha, the breathing process. Jita, conquered. Asana, the yoga sitting postures. Vairagya, by detachment. Abhayasa yogena. Abhayasa yogena. By the regulated practice of yoga. Diyamanam, the mind being steadied. Atandritaha, very carefully. Translation and purport by the disciples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Actually, this 11th canto, when they began to continue Prabhupada's translations, they immediately began with 11th canto. They didn't continue from the 10th, because Krishna book was already there. So they did 11th, 12th, and then they came back to the 10th canto. So you find in 11th canto, sometimes these purports are very long, right? That's because His Holiness Sri Dayananda Das Goswami did the translation. So he talk. By the time they got to 10th canto, I forgot the two devotees' names. He passed away. He used to live in Govardhan. Gopi Paranajana and Druma, he's in Brahmachari in LA. They did 10th canto, so very short. So this is mostly Sri Dayananda. He just got his PhD from Harvard University in Sanskrit and religion. So he's very technical. He can practically, like this other Prabhu, he can speak Sanskrit. He doesn't come to India much now. Everybody is so old, so you don't see them anymore. It's very hard to travel. To come from America to Kolkata, it takes about 30 to 40 hours from America. Traveling. Very hard. So you don't see, and most of Prabhupada's disciples were from America. So you don't see them much anymore. Not very many. So. Not very many Indian people joined in the beginning. Prabhupada had about 5,000 disciples, maybe 100 Indians. Can you imagine that? They wouldn't join. I remember they would, all Mayavadi. What? Krishna God. What? Took some time. Now all Indians joining, no Americans joining. You don't see Americans coming to the festivals. Very hard. So anyway, a little bit of history. Try to give you some history as I talk. Translation. Having perfected the yoga sitting postures and conquered the breathing process, one should make the mind steady by detachment in the regulated practice of yoga. Thank Krishna, we don't have to do this now. Just chant Hare Krishna, right? Thus, one should carefully fix the mind on the single goal of yoga practice. Purport. One should develop vairagya, or detachment, by observing that all material things are doomed. Thus, one should take to the regulated practice of yoga, which in this age means the process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the Avaduta Brahmana is recommending Bhakti Mishra Ashtanga Yoga, or the eightfold mystic yoga process performed as an offering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The desire to enjoy the material world is so strong that the mind wanders here and there uncontrollably. Yes or no? Say Haribol, doesn't it? You follow the mind. The mind doesn't follow you unless you become Krishna conscious. Therefore it's stated, Diyamanam. The mind must be fixed in the goal of life, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the perfect stage of mental concentration called samadhi, there is no longer any distinction between internal and external vision, since one can see the absolute truth everywhere. In the mystic yoga process, one must sit properly. Then it is possible to control the different airs within the body. When the breathing process is controlled, the mind, which is dependent upon the actions of the body, bodily airs. See, this is important. That disturbance in your mind is occurring because of the airs in the body moving up and down. This is how we're controlled. So it's easily fixed in higher consciousness. But although the mind may be momentarily controlled, if one is overcome by desire for sense gratification, the mind will again be lost. Right? One yogi that happened to, yes? Who knows? Who's that yogi? He's meditating under the water, remember? One little fish, beep, beep, beep. Oh, I get married. See? All that years of yoga. One little fish, pow, finish. All those years finish. Thus, this verse emphasizes vairagya, detachment from material illusion. This is attained by Abhyasa Yoga, the regulated practice of Krishna consciousness, which is the highest yoga system as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Yoginam api sarveshtan magaten nataratmana Shadavan bhajayanti mam sameyukta mato mataha. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshiping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga in the highest of all. Om Gyanatamidrandra Sagananjanan Shalakaya Chakshulitamayana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I don't have much time, so I won't chant all those nice prayers. And of all yogis, he always abides in me with great faith, worshiping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga, highest of all. This is ISKCON. You jump immediately to the top platform. There's other descriptions given here of this yoga system. It's a mechanical means to control the mind. So you may control your mind, but the root cause of that problem, is that controlled? No. So then what's the point of all that yoga? The root is still there. Just like a person becomes sick, he may get COVID, flu, so many things. You go to the doctor, and here's your cure. Just get rid of your disease. Oh, thank you. So I feel so much relief. But how did you get sick in the first place? I don't remember. Ignorance. So when you're in ignorance, what happens? You get sick again because you don't know how. Oh, you should. Oh, yeah, I remember. I was eating something from one of these stalls on the street, and now my stomach is saying, okay, don't eat in the stall on the street. But if you don't remember, then this process continues. Suffer relief, suffer relief, suffer relief. So what is the root cause of the suffering? A lack of Krishna consciousness. We don't have love for Krishna. What is the opposite of love for Krishna? I want to love myself. I want to be the enjoyer. You see? I. So therefore, the material energy has made these arrangements for you. Oh, you want to enjoy? Okay, come, let me help you. First, you have to forget everything. Born into ignorance. I don't know. Who am I? Whatever. Whatever my parents tell me, that's what I know. Otherwise, you don't know. It's like I was born in America, 1955. Anybody born that time? 55? What year you're born? 1-year-old, is it? All you babies. I think my japa beads are older than you all. Huh? He's still baby, huh? 1955 America. I'm born in the ultimate ignorance. At least you're born in India. You knew from birth, I'm not the body, yes? Well, you knew something. I'm born in, there's no God. You're the body. When you die, everything finished. You can't imagine what it is. There's so much suffering is there. Because as you get older, the body changes. You become teenager, then all of a sudden, because in American culture, there's no culture, let's put it like that. It's just animals. You know, men, women, who cares? When you're in 5th grade, we're like 10 years old, they're taking you with the girls. Go for the dance, come on, so proud. Oh, he's dancing with the girls. They don't realize they're making so much pain for you by making you lusty. They don't know that. They think it's a very nice. Oh, very nice. Look at my son. Come dance, yeah. Get some girlfriend. You see? Increasing your lust. I can remember 10. We had the girls and boys play together. You're not lusty, so you don't see them that way. All of a sudden, you get older, lust comes into your body. You start seeing them different. But I don't know why. Why am I feeling like this? It burns. I don't want to feel like this. How do I make it stop? No knowledge. So much suffering. I wanted to know where I could find anything. I'm eating meat, I'm doing so many things, making sinful activities, right? When you engage in sinful activities, what happens? You have to suffer. This life and the next life. What to speak of not knowing the root cause of my suffering. I don't want to love Krishna. I want to be in the material world. You think that's the root cause. See, that's where religion comes in. Root cause is, I don't want to love Krishna, but I'll be religious. I won't engage in sinful activities. When I see nice brahmachari coming, I touch his feet, get some, get free, get my sins free. Maharaj, I'll give some donation. Oh, please bless me, Maharaj. Bless me, bless. Everybody wants blessings, right? What is the blessing they want? Take away my sin so I don't suffer. It doesn't matter, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist. I go to Vietnam and China. I went to China, Buddhist. I was asking people, explain this Buddhism to me. I don't know. All I know is that Buddhist priest is very powerful. He's very powerful. He cured my mother. Just like India, right? In America too, they have the Christian priests. They have one cloth they sell. They don't even see them. They send it in the mail. You give me some donation. This cloth will heal you. Everybody purchasing that cloth. The same purpose. Temporary relief. That's ignorance. Why not the permanent relief? So they're in ignorance because only the Vaishnavas have this knowledge. We have this knowledge. Isn't it? So I'm ignorant like that, and I'm just trying so many things. My mother's Christian, taking me to church. What is this? You ask him questions. What does God look like? I don't know. Why am I born like this? I don't know. They don't know. Because the Bible is very simple. One little book like this, right? We have at least so much Veda, so much everything. You know? And if you don't do what God says, He sends you to hell forever. Why? I didn't ask to be created. And then He sent me to hell forever? Why not just uncreate me? Isn't it? Don't punish me for eternity. Just don't, disassemble me. No, you have to go to. So by the mercy of the Srila Prabhupada, you get on the boat starting from here. So much journey to America. And then he began this Krishna conscious movement. So in 1971, I'm in some very small town in America. There's no temple there. And my brother was going to the university, beginning his first year. And he has to travel some distance, maybe 2-3 hours by train to Chicago, the big city. And my brother and I'm 16, he's about 18, and we're always, why are we born like this? Why can't we know? Why can't we? Does anybody know anything about why we are like this? We wanted to know so badly. He's walking on the street to go to the school, and he sees devotees dressed like you all with the saffron. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And I never even thought of India, what to speak of Tilak, Sikha. You can imagine people in America when in the 70s, what happened to you people? What madness is this? How? And you on the street singing like that? You tried to walk to them, like, go away. Don't talk to me. They won't even talk to you. Don't want to hear. My brother somehow still, he bought one magazine. Now he bought a magazine. And when he came home, I remember that day, he told me, he was so excited. You won't believe it, read this. Back to Godhead. Everything explained. Karma, you're not the body. Krishna is God, and this is what he looks like. I said, oh, thank you. Now I know. I think most of us, who is born into Hare Krishna movement? Any of you? No. So we all had this realization, right? As soon as you read Prabhupada's book, light comes on. Pow! Oh yes, now I know. Now I know. Relief. I think this is the problem of the children born in the movement. I have my children were born in the movement. They're older now. Their youngest is 37. But they always know, so they don't really surrender. Because you can get relief. You don't really suffer, because you know, I'm not the body, Krishna's God. But they never really, when you come out of the ignorance we came out of, you very enthusiastic, aren't you? Very enthusiastic. So then I told my brother, you have to get more books. At that time, Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita was being sold in the bookstore. And he came home with Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. I couldn't even pronounce Krishna, Arjuna. I didn't know how to say the words. I just skipped over it. I just kept reading. So, but I understood the purports. I didn't even know you're supposed to chant Hare Krishna, because I would skip those parts. So, can you imagine? But read that book. Finally, I wanted to be devotee. By the time I was 18, my mother, you're going to university. I said, no, I'm going to be like this, Hare Krishna. No, you're not. No. You go to university, you finish university, then you can do this. No, you go. So she kind of forced me, but I only stayed 2 months. Like reading the books in my heart, that desire was growing so strong. So I remember I called the temple on the telephone. I want to be a devotee. What do you have to do? And the devotee said, come to the temple. I said, okay. He hangs the phone up. In those days, nobody preached in America. They didn't preach much. So in my mind, that meant move into the temple. So I packed all my bags. I was maybe 200 kilometers from the temple. I told my brother, you take me to this address. I'm going to be Hare Krishna. He goes, no, you have to finish school. Mother said you have to finish. At that time, I used to play music. I had all these instruments. I said, you take me to this address, you can have all my things. He goes, okay. Then he drove me to the temple, dropped me at the door. I knock on the door. I said, I called on the phone. They said, come. So here I am. They take me to the temple president. He starts talking to me. He says, you don't know very much. You need to visit for a while. I said, I'm 200 miles away. How am I going to visit? You told me to come. Now I came. Now you tell me to visit? He goes, okay. You can stay, but you can't shave your head. So that's how, by Prabhupada's mercy, you see how this happened? So many devotees came like that. It was so, in those days, because at the beginning of, now in America, you can go in your dhoti, and one brahmachari, he's selling 100 books a day like this in his dhoti. You couldn't do that in 1970. If you go in your dhoti, maybe one book in 8 hours. Most people slapping, screaming at you, oh, you crazy, get away from me, no. You know? Police arrest us all the time, harass us so much. So hard. Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. So we would put on our regular dress like this. And sometimes we put a wig. We put a wig on so they don't see the Sikhi. Or we put a hat. And then you could sell maybe 5 books, 10 books. But Prabhupada, he wanted these books to go out because now we know in retrospect what was going on. He only had a very short amount of time. That's what Prabhupada was only in America 11 years. That's very short, isn't it? Who does a business like that in 11 years? 108 centers all over the world, circle the globe 8 times, translate 70 volumes of books, and you do that in 11 years. Who can do such a thing? Even materially speaking, that's extraordinary. But he wanted his books published, very first class. So that costs money, right? But we don't have money because everybody was brahmachari. Nobody's working. There's no congregation giving money. In the beginning, devotees, they had jobs. You'd be surprised to know. Did you know Jayapataka Maharaj had a job? How many know that? He comes from a wealthy family. His father had like 400 stores. In his house is bowling alley. He could have easily just gone back and run the business and give the money to Prabhupada. But he never said one word about that to anyone. It wasn't until maybe 10 years ago that we found out he was from a wealthy family. Such a humble devotee. So he got a job cleaning the restaurant, mopping the okay, for almost little money. So, but eventually for the books, so devotees, Prabhupada was pushing us that he had to have these books. And at one point he became very ill in 1974. We thought he was going to leave his body. So we thought we have to do something so Krishna doesn't take him. Let us try to figure out how to sell these books differently. So instead of selling as a sadhu, we began to sell like mafia. Really, you had to be aggressive. Like I would go on to you see the cars on the street. They're all sitting in traffic, right? So I sell to the cars sitting on the street. So you go up to the window, they have the traffic light. So the person he sees you coming, what do you do when beggar comes to the window? You do this, right? You don't listen. No. So I bang on the window, pow, 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 I beat in the window, and they become very angry. Oh, why? And they roll the window down to scream at you. Why you? Before they could scream, I take the Back to Godhead magazine. I throw it in the back seat because the cars are very big. They can't reach it in those days. Give a donation. Hurry up. Why are you taking so long? Don't you see the light is going to turn green? Come on. Hurry. Give it. And they're bewildered now. What's it all about? You can read it later. Give something now. Come on. Oh, okay. That's how we sold books. You couldn't preach to them. Krishna's God. Get out of my face, Krishna. What are you talking about? I am Christian. I am Christian and you talking Christian. I slap you. You see? How are you going to preach to them? And look at you dressed like... So we had to sell like that. So the first card, give donation. The next, everybody give then. They see him give, okay, everybody give. You just, thank you. So sometimes the first card, they don't give. Even if you do all that, they don't give. So you hide it, you pretend so nobody can see. Thank you. And then you go. They think they gave. You pretend like they gave. And they can't reach it. Sometimes they reach and they throw it out. Or they throw it out and nobody gives. So you have to throw it way in the back. They can't get the magazine, That's how we sold books in 1970. And I would do 200 magazines a day like that. And there's maybe 10 of us. And we would get about 50 cents a magazine. So, and then the devotees in the airport with the big books. It's the same way they go, hey, how are you doing? Grab their hand like that. Where you flying in from? Hey, good to see you. Wow. like you have to get on top of them. Yeah, this is for you. Put it in their arm. What is it? Oh, it's going to help you so many ways. Everybody's giving donations. See what you can give to help out. You pull your money out. Big people, big, so they see everybody's giving. They see all that money. They go, oh, okay. And so they get their wallet. And when they open the wallet, oh, you have a $100 bill. Let me have the 100. No. I'm going to give you change. I'm going to give you change. Give me the 100, please. I have some. Okay. Then can you give the whole 100? Oh, okay. I'll give you some. Go. Thank you. And that's how you sell the big book. You don't talk much. Right? Just like you see salesmen here, what do? Do they ask you anything? Take it. Right? And in that way, they sell 20 big books, 30 big books a day, 10 devotees. So in this way, we're collecting almost the equivalent of almost about $8,000-9,000 a day in America, in our temple. In the temple, we had very old building because we had no money. And that time, Prabhupada, he comes here. This, you may not realize, this is a very historic temple, isn't it? You all realize how significant this temple is. Mayapur came out of this temple. So much history here. One of the first temples, first deities almost, very extraordinary. So there's no money in India, no manpower. All that money we collect, we send to India. Our temple's still old, broken. We still have same old, broken temple from 1970 in Atlanta. Old building falling apart because we send all that money here. So this mission, this is very important, this mission in India. From this, everything is coming in the rest of the world. You see? Very important. So to relate this to the verse, instead of doing yoga to get peace of mind, you see, mechanically trying to make your mind peaceful. Peaceful mind is not the ultimate goal because it's temporary. You cannot keep peaceful mind forever. You have to take birth again. Even what happens to the successful yogi? Where does he go? Upper planetary system. And then what happens? He come back down. So what was the point? You have to give up this enjoyment. Peaceful mind means I want to enjoy. That's what it means. Did Prabhupada have peaceful mind? Did we have peaceful mind walking on the street, people slapping you and screaming at you? And no. We want to make Krishna happy. We want to make Prabhupada happy. That's the perfection. I want to make Prabhupada happy. That takes you to the highest, that takes you to Yogi Nama Pasarvisham, the topmost yoga. That's the topmost. That's what Prabhupada did. He said like that. He came in America to LA in 1975, and he said in a lecture, he said, I am simply trying to satisfy my Guru Maharaj. That's all. That's all I'm doing. So then my Guru Maharaj asked me, if you ever get money, you print books in as many languages as you can, distribute them all. You do this. So he said, you kindly help me. You help me satisfy my Guru Maharaj. He didn't say, oh, do Ashtanga yoga, be peaceful. So you have to have a purpose. You must develop a strong purpose. You want to survive Krishna consciousness, you must have a very good purpose. Why do I get up in the morning? Is it to have peaceful mind? Not really. In the beginning, yes, because in the beginning we have we're selfish. But eventually you have to purify that purpose. It's to satisfy Guru and Gauranga. That's how this movement accelerated. When I joined, there was only second canto. There was no other book. But by that time, the books were coming once a month. There'd be a new book coming. So there wasn't much to read. What are how are you going to study all these things? But Prabhupada, you look in the early days, they had no books. When these devotees went to London, there was no book. Right? Look what they accomplished. Gaudiya Math sent big learned scholars, sannyasis, were they not? Who's more learned than those sannyasis? You can imagine, you're sannyasi at Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, you must be verses like anything, isn't it? Philosophy, you can defeat anyone. They go to London with money, 5 years. What was the result? Maybe 2, 3 disciples. And Prabhupada, he's sending hippie women with baby. There's Mahiti, Shamsundar, there's 6 of them. She just had a baby. And they said to Prabhupada, we want to go to England and meet the Beatles. We think he can help us. Did he tell them, no, go get a job and take care of your family, chant Hare Krishna? Did he say that to them? He said, you have my blessings, go. They had no money. What did they have? I want to make Prabhupada happy. That's what they had. I want to make Prabhupada happy. That's what we all felt. All of us felt like that. I just wanted to hear Prabhupada say to me, thank you, Sikhi Mahiti. That's what I wanted to hear. That's the greatest satisfaction, isn't it? If your Guru Maharaj calls you and says, I am so pleased with you, thank you for that service. Anything better than that? Mm-hmm. So they go with no money. I asked her, I said, where did you sleep? Because you had no money. They would go into the train station, and she had a box. And in that box, she would sleep with her baby. This is what she did. And in the morning, they go on the street. Don't you know Krishna's God? She said we would see the Indian people, and we start getting on their case. Don't you know Krishna's God? You should help us. There's some hippie woman with a sari, with a baby. Krishna's God, you have to help us. And from that, even the Queen of England and the Prime Minister of England visited our temple. Mahiti Devi Dasi Ki. This is where the power comes from. So individually, you find something that you really feel, this is my seva, I like to do it. It doesn't have to be something very grand, I'm going to build a new temple. Something realistic that you're enthused to do. And now you have peace of mind. Nothing can stop you, right? When you have a good purpose, there is no problem, is there? Just like in America, when they had World War II, they had to fight. In those days, America was divided between race, black and whites. Nobody got along. But when the war came, you know what happened? Everybody stopped that racism. Okay, come, black people, white people fighting together now. You see how they sacrifice everything? Because they had a purpose. I love my country. The women send the husband, send the son to the war. Why? I love my country. The men are crawling in the mud, being shot at, eating from a can, bathroom, where do you go to the bathroom? It's everywhere in the mud. But they're feeling such pleasure. Why? I love my country. That's a material thing. So we have to learn to love. Of course, to love Krishna, that's very difficult, but we can love Guru and Gauranga. Like Prabhupada. First time I saw Srila Prabhupada, I've been reading his books, I've been serving in the temple maybe 6 months. And he's coming to Chicago, finally. Can you imagine? How excited would you be? Prabhupada's coming to Kolkata. Everybody, excited. See the pure devotee of Krishna. So they told us we're going to the airport. We're going to chant and greet Prabhupada in the airport. I was 18 years old. I was very shocked. Why are we going to do this? I said, they're going to arrest Prabhupada because they would always put us in jail, even though they were not supposed to. I really thought they're going to harass him. We walk into that airport, maybe 30, 40 devotees with kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare, and all the karmis are looking at us again, how they always look at us. You people, why are you making disturbance? And the police are all like this too. Why? You know? But the television stations are there, so what are they going to do? They can't, so they're just angry. And in those days, you can go right to the terminal where the airplane lands. And the Prabhupada plane is pulling up to the terminal. We have the big umbrella, chamras, kirtan, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada, first time you're going to see Prabhupada, he's coming through, the door opens. There's Prabhupada. It's like, wow, just to see a pure devotee. It's not like looking at the movie, because you're in his presence. It's like, say, Jai Pataka Swami, you see so many videos, right? But when you're when in front of him, how does it feel? You feel his ecstasies, don't you? So Prabhupada comes like that, and you can see his skin is so bright, because he's Krishna conscious. And everyone is, Jaya Prabhupada, but he doesn't react like, say, if I had kirtan for you. 50 people with kirtan waiting for you. What do? You smile, right? Or maybe you try to act detached. No, I'm not attached to it, this glorification. So many material things you do. He doesn't have false ego. He doesn't do any of that. You cannot imitate what Prabhupada does. He's a pure devotee. He's just walking through it. So you're stunned. You don't know what to do. That's why people in those videos, they stand still. They just, because you don't know how to react. And you can feel his ecstasy. You feel that he loves you. I don't know why you can feel that. He loves you. You're not envious of him. Another politician, people will be, oh, look at him. He thinks he's so wonderful. All that, who is he? You know, immediately you attack him because he has false ego. No false ego. So I'm standing there and I see Prabhupada coming like this with the sannyasis and the flower petals and the chamras and the umbrella. Wow. And he turns and he goes down the corridor. And those policemen that were, like this with us, now they're walking on the side of Prabhupada. Get back, move out. Immediately they start serving. And the karmis who were screaming at us, now they're stunned. They don't say anything. We're not pure devotees. We get, you people. But Prabhupada, they're just, he goes to the car. So that makes it very easy for us to serve when you associate with that pure devotee like that. In those days, nobody got married, nobody lived outside, because we knew we had so much work to do for Prabhupada. We had to distill these books, we had to do so many things to help him. So there's no time. You're so busy, you have no time. When you're busy, you stay brahmachari. If you're not busy, you're going to get married. Because you have to do service. That's our nature. We have to serve. We're going to serve something. I don't want to serve Krishna. Okay, serve the dog. You see? They think they're the Lord of the dog, but actually the dog is the Lord, isn't it? I have to walk him. In America, especially in America, you have to pick the dog stool up. That dog passed stool, they give you $1,000 fine. You better pick it up. The police are watching too. They'll get you. Everybody picking up dog stool, You go to work all day long. The dog is in the house, air conditioned, very nice and comfortable. Yes? But you work all day. You come back, feed him. Are you happy? Yes, he's so happy. Who's the master? But an illusion, no, I'm the master. No, you're not. You're the servant. So you have to serve. So if you can get a strong purpose to serve, then you become peaceful. You can fight in World War II. You can serve, spread Krishna consciousness. So we were so much desiring. And in Prabhupada, when he would come to America, he couldn't go to all the temples. So which temples would he go to? What do you think? Whoever sold the most books. That's where he would go. So if he come to Chicago and you're in Detroit, you cannot leave Detroit to go to Chicago. You have to keep doing your service. So what are you going to do? We have to sell more books in Chicago. So everybody's competing. That's why I sold books like that. It wasn't because I want to save the fallen souls. I want to see Prabhupada. So if I want to see Prabhupada, we have to sell this many books. So, you're taking a book. That's the one I approach people. You're taking one. I'm not asking you. Give a donation. Come on. More enthusiasm because I want to see Prabhupada. See, that's the motivation. You want Jai Pataka Maharaj to recognize you? Then do something. Have him say, thank you. That's perfection of life. Perfection of life. So nobody got married in those days. We're so busy. When Prabhupada left the body, everybody got married. So many people got married. Because Prabhupada wasn't physically there. And, none of us got along. We all were fighting. We're still fighting, right? ISKCON? Always fighting. So, not in Chapati maybe, but, other temples. Everybody, you don't tell me what to do. So Prabhupada left. Nobody wanted to cooperate, I don't have to listen to you. Who do you think you are? Okay. Now listen to your wife. You're going to listen to somebody. Or listen to your husband for the ladies. So you get that purpose and you work hard in this way. Now you can, all these things we're reading here, immediately you overcome them. And as you advance, you can become like the residents of Vrindavan. Uddhava, he came to Vrindavan he thought they were in distress because they were crying, they were near death. He didn't know it was this Goloka Prem. He thought it was material distress. Maybe he doesn't know, but he knows they're crying. Does pure devotee cry? No. The yogi, he doesn't cry. He's fixed, isn't he? Peaceful, shanti, samadhi, no emotion. Because it's all I. You got nothing. When you're with Krishna, all the emotions are there. No Krishna, karmi, all crying. So, right? You pick which one you want to be on. So he goes, and he's talking to Nanda and Yashoda. He sees the house is so not clean, they're not eating. So what does he begin to tell them? Krishna, your son, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they look at him. Why is he talking to us like this? He is our son. He's not Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he realized, this is a different bhav. He goes to the gopis, the same thing. And they begin to chastise him. Why are you giving us this Brahma Gya? This is like neem juice. You drink it. No, better yet, you give it to Krishna and you tell him to drink it. He's trying to break our love for him. We will never break our love for him. He can break his love for us, but we will never break our love for him. Get out. They don't want to hear Krishna, Supreme Person of Godhead, you're not the body. They will do anything for Krishna because they increase their purpose. That's what we have to do. Don't look to be happy. You can never be happy. It's not possible when you're in I consciousness. iPhone, iPad, I. No, Krishna, Prabhupada, better guru. Are they happy? I want them to be happy. I want them to be happy with me. Let me make this lifetime offering to them. Whatever position you're in. I'm a householder. Okay, let me give some money to build something or whatever. Let me cut some vegetables. This is my seva to make Guru happy. You cultivate the loving side of it. It's easier to become, as Prabhupada said, the Kripa city. They get the mercy. Sadhan city is very difficult. You must do this, don't make offense, don't do this, don't do that, don't, right? So many don'ts. One devotee, Prabhupada disciple, said to him, Prabhupada, that's too difficult, I just can't do it. I don't think I'm ever going to get back to Godhead. What am I going to do, Prabhupada? And Prabhupada said to him, don't worry, I have the key for the back door. You see, I have the key for the back door. So if we can just please Prabhupada once even, he will save you. There's so many examples. I'm 70 years old now, and I've seen so many of my godbrothers pass away. And I've seen some of them pass under extraordinary circumstances, which is amazing. You know, you would think, yeah, he was such a rascal. How did he get that mercy? Hate to make that offense, but you know, I know them personally, some of them. But still, they did something extraordinary for Prabhupada. Prabhupada even said that about one of his godbrothers when he was, I can't remember which godbrother it was, but they came in and gave him information. Such and such godbrother passed away. And Prabhupada said, oh, he has gone back to Godhead. How is that possible? He was always criticizing you. He was so heavy. Because he pleased his Guru Maharaj once. You see? So that much we can do. That's very easy to do. And at the same time, we continue our sadhana bhakti. So let us try to work in that mood. And this way we can achieve all our perfections. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to the simple devotees. Is it time for questions or is it too late? Is it too late? Should we stop here? I don't know, who's in charge? Any question or anything anyone have? If not, we can stop. I'm here for a couple of days. You can talk if you want to ask me something personally, I don't mind talking to anyone who wants, so you can approach me individually. I leave probably on the 12th or the 13th. I came to get my teeth and fix my leg, so. Okay? Jai, also your glory, Shri Guru. Well, you want to ask something? No? Okay, we stop here. Go, this Prabhu, go ahead. Say it again.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for such a wonderful class. Prabhu, just like you had the intense desire to see Srila Prabhupada, so you endeavored to distribute as many books as possible that would give you an opportunity. So similarly, like that, to please our Guru, how can we develop that desire?
Well, of course, we have to continue chanting Hare Krishna. One thing I would do for myself, I always preach to myself. I don't know if any people else do that. I have to remind, why am I being a devotee? What would it be like if I'm not a devotee? You see, you have to keep contrasting it. So I came to the conclusion, I'm the kind of person, I have to do it all or don't do it at all. You know what I mean? It can't be halfway. Either you do it or don't do it. Don't half do it. Right? So if I'm going to be a devotee, then you would convince yourself, Krishna's God. Okay, Krishna's God. What do I have to do? Do it. Don't play around with it. Like if you go to university and you play around, what happens? You fail. Either you're going to do it or don't do it. So you have to, you associate with advanced devotees too. That's the biggest thing. That's why we have Mayapur Festival. If you get the chance to get that association, you don't have to ask questions. Just being in the room, like Jayapataka Maharaj would come to Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. That temple, very special because of Jayapataka. There's maybe 10 devotees live in the temple. So when he comes, everybody can go in the room. You don't need appointments. Even the ladies, everybody just comes in. Hi, Maharaj. Oh, how to see you. He talks to everybody all day long. You can just sit in the room. You don't have to say anything. You just feel the bliss and ecstasy. You see him talking. And then that time he would go for shopping for Mayapur. He'd take all the devotees. Come on, let's go. We 20, 30 devotees go shopping for Mayapur. We go to the Walmart. We put one big chair in the middle of the store. He sit there. And all the devotees will, okay, here's the list. Bring this, bring that. And he look, no, get a different one. Do this. Bring me some drink, something to drink. He's sitting there in the Walmart. All the karmis are, all these Hare Krishnas walking around the Walmart. Very intimate. That gives you so much enthusiasm, right? So not just them, but there's also other senior devotees, if you can get their association. You invite them to your home. That's one way to get them. If you're a good cook, they'll come. Come. Oh, yeah, good. Mataji cooks very nice. I'm coming to right? Allure them, some donation. These donations, it was really, like the holy places, they're not so much for purifying, but it's to associate with the devotees. Big kirtan. You see? And in this way, we should, want more and more and more and more and more. So I don't know how. Prabhupada had mercy on me. That's all that was, I can say. Because I had no qualification at all. It was just some special mercy, for sure. So, okay, well, go ahead. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. My question, Prabhu, was that considering my circumstance when I presently do not have a Guru Maharaj, or I mean to say I have not initiated and not decided yet. I just came new, and so in our circumstance, how do we develop a purpose, as you said, of pleasing Guru and Gauranga?
I didn't hear anything. Okay, he was well, first of all, especially the way ISKCON is arranged, Diksha Guru is, okay, one thing. More important is Siksha. So you have so many Sikshas around here. Right? They can watch you, they can see you, they don't do this, do like that. Yeah, you're doing very nice. That's most important. If you had joined in 1978, and then Japataka would be your Shiksha, because you only had 2, 3 disciples. Right? Now gurus, they have 10,000, 20,000. How are you going? I was the same. I joined 74. Prabhupada's not going to talk to me personally. He doesn't have time. Because he has a purpose, is not to talk to me. So I took shelter of my godbrothers, in a sense. I had some occasions I talked with Prabhupada, some association. So the Shiksha is important, and if whoever your Shiksha is, then his Diksha, you take from his Diksha. And Shiksha can change in so many times. So that's most important. More important is you do something. You don't have to, if you have love for some devotee at least, I don't know, maybe the temple says, I just want to make temple president happy. Nobody says that, huh? Who wants to make the temple president happy? Say Haribol. There we go. Make the temple president happy. That should be. That's a good thing too. Start somewhere. Then you move up. We are people-pleasing business. Really, it's not. Don't think I want to be like japa. People are so busy. I want to be happy. How do I be happy? I want to be. I. You have to stop this I. Eventually, you'll get to that point. No more I. This person, that person, become servant. So, anyways, you're in good shape. You're in a nice place, nice, simple. So you'll be fine. Just take your time. Don't make it complicated. It's very simple. Diksha didn't matter really. Shiksha is more important. So find one Shiksha, whoever his Diksha is, take that Diksha. Right? Okay? So anytime you want to say something, just let me know. I'm here.
Thank you, Prabhu.
throughout the days and something. I'd be happy to talk to anybody. So, thank you. Please forgive me for any offenses. I was speaking so heavy. I didn't mean to speak so heavy about household life. All the ladies here, we do need household life. I've been married 43 years. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my wife. She's keep me going. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.